So my continuing interest in Korean robot toys continues, and this time I've got another Amazon find. This was under 40 bucks on Amazon. This is the Quantum Heroes Dinoster Mosa Storm. Yeah, very, very interesting figure. So, number one, I just have to say the package is very nice and shiny, super gorgeous. I don't want to show too much of it because I don't want to give away what this guy does quite yet. But I just want to show this really cool, awesome, glossy, nice artwork. Apparently, this show is kind of a little bit more Gundam-y. The thing that really gives that away for me is the fact that there is this girl on the side of the box who I'm only to assume is the pilot of Mosa Storm. That's my guess. But getting the box out of the way, I am very excited to have myself a new, different kind of Korean robot, because the only ones I've really had so far are the Tobot figures, and this is definitely interesting. So the quality of it, I have to talk about it right away, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, what's the quality of this? How does it feel? How does it pose? How does it work? Don't worry, we'll get to the last part. But I have to say, this is both one of the nicest quality feeling and one of the oddly worst quality feeling figures I've had in quite some time. So this guy, the plastic itself feels nice, but it just feels odd. I don't know, it has like this weird feeling to it. It's not like super robust ABS plastic like I've come to expect out of Tobot, but it is a decent feeling plastic. The joints themselves, there's a lot of nice ratchets going on. There's a lot of nice clicks and a lot of nice ratchets. However, the issue comes with the space in between those ratchets. You may have already kind of picked up on it, but there's a lot of space in between those ratchets. He is a very trembly, shaky guy. Like, picking him up, you just kind of feel all the space in between the ratchets. Like, all this little wibble right here at the shoulder. Now, granted, you ratchet it, it's gonna stay. But there's this way too much wibble in between almost all these joints. The shoulders especially. The elbows a little bit. The legs, this is all just wibble right here. It's all wibble. The knees don't have too much wibble, but there's just a lot of wibble going on. Now, is that a deal breaker for me? No. But might it be for you? Maybe, because this guy doesn't have the firm, robust feeling that Tobot has. It's definitely a different feeling, but it still feels good. Just a little bizarre, a little wibbly. So, first of all, I had to get that out of the way. Now, next thing I have to say is I love the look of this guy. The purple, the clear red, oh my gosh, it is such an awesome robot design. I love the face with like the Last Night Megatron-esque horns on the side. He's got like this unicorn horn in the middle. Mosa Storm has a really, really cool face sculpt. He kind of has like this underbite look to him. It almost looks like it's a mouth that's going to open up. It's a very, very cool head. He actually does have some stickers on him. You can probably see like he's got some metallic kind of pink stickers for like some cameras or whatever, I guess, like on the shoulders. He does have like some nice black on the go. He also has some pink showing. It's definitely a very, very cool color scheme. One I'm definitely happy with. Even his toes are clear red. So this is the base figure. This is him with absolutely none of his gear, none of his accessories going on, because the main thing this guy has going on is all of that gear and all of the accessories. But before we even show all that off, I'm just going to go over the articulations so we don't have to worry about that when he's covered in stuff. So his head is just on a swivel. You can move that horn up and down, but that's mostly just for transformation. He does have these little things on his backpack you can hinge. They're on dual hinges. His shoulders are on swivels. That gives you no issue there, but again, keep in mind all the wibble. He does have outwards at the shoulders as well. He has no bicep swivel. That's kind of disappointing, but he technically, for transformation, has a sort of double arm hinge. He's got a hinge right up at the shoulder, but then he's got a hinge at the elbow. So, like, you get a pretty good amount of arm range right there. His hands, they kind of move in just for transformation. His waist does have a swivel, which is very nice. Definitely appreciate that. It's got a nice little click to it. His hip skirts can move out of the way, and he can move his legs forward about that much. You can move them back all of the way. His legs can move out all the way. I accidentally undid his leg. He does have a thigh swivel. He does have a nice knee bend. And his ankles, he actually has a really nice ankle pivot. No up and down or anything, but you can move the toes if you think that's going to help out your posing. So overall, the articulation's pretty decent. I would say the only thing he's really lacking is any kind of bicep swivel. You can see, like, he can still get into some pretty cool, awesome, giant robot poses. All right, let's arm him up. Let's see what he's got going on. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and add these blades. So these, like, wing blades, we are supposed to add back here onto his backpack. And I think they kind of look cool, kind of give him a little bit of extra presence going on right behind him. Definitely like that. And those pieces are going to make a lot more sense in one of his alternate modes. So he also has these drills, which are very cool. You can have him hold the drills. You can mount the drills on his arms. Me personally, I like mounting the drills on his shoulders. I don't know why. I just think they look cool on his shoulders. I just like them there. I think it's neat, but you can mount him in various different spots. His other accessories, he has this interesting head. Wonder if that hints to one of his alt modes. I wonder if, yeah, he's going to turn into a Mosasaurus. So this, I usually like having on one of the arms. Kind of like, you know, Beast Wars style. I think it looks cool right there. And I do also appreciate, oh, this might actually look cool. I notice he has pegs on the side. I wonder if we can... Oh, yeah. This might actually look really cool. I might actually keep them like this. We can take these drills, plug it on the sides of the head, and then have the head plugged in. And now it's like this really cool, like, double drill weapon. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. And then lastly, we have this, which is very clearly a tail. We do also have these extra little blades, too. If we want to have them with like these little boomerang blades, those are nice. You could also take these if you want, have them as like extra wings on his shoulders. You got a lot of customization option with all these little pieces. Me personally, I just like keeping them on the tail as like an extra little blade. And we can have him hold the tail as like this cool scepter. And yeah, there he is all armed up. There's a lot of option with all these accessories. And I really appreciate all of that option, because you can have it in various different configurations. The peg for this is kind of small. That's why it keeps popping off. Maybe if I push it on better, it'll stay. But yeah, there's a lot of options for these accessories. Even back here, these like clear red parts on these wings can actually detach, and these gray parts are separate pieces. So you can even use that to kind of customize how you want all these accessories to go. But me personally, I think I'm digging this configuration. It's very nice. You can take this tail and store it on the back if you want. You can plug it back there on his butt if you want. I'm personally not worried about that, but that's definitely an option. Let's go ahead and switch. Maybe the head will plug in better into this arm. I might have too much weight on it too. That might be why, because I've never had this issue before. But yeah, here is our Mosa Storm all geared up, and I'm definitely liking this. Now, before we transform him, I got to do some comparisons. First of all, here he is with Tobot A. So you can see he's about Tobot sized. He's a little smaller, but he's essentially a larger Tobot size. Now, one thing you're going to notice with a Tobot, there's no real wibble going on here. There's no real wibble. It's a very sturdy, solid toy. However, this guy, he is Wibble City. He is a very, very wibbly guy. I definitely prefer the feeling of a Tobot. But hey, this Dinoster dude, it still ain't feeling that bad. Especially considering this guy, I think, was like $36 or something, and this guy was about $60. So yeah, keep in mind too, you're getting what you're paying for. This is definitely like a leader class, like an older school leader class at a modern Voyager price. And of course, my standard comparison, 86 Optimus Prime, who apparently, thanks to the Skybound one we found out, without the trailer and everything, this figure is valued at $80. So, yeah, definitely not the greatest pricing there, Hasbro. You're really digging yourself a grave. But I have to compare him because everyone has 86 Optimus. I mean, who doesn't? Oh, I don't. Yeah, I know. I see you. All right, let's transform him. Let's see what he's got going on. So first of all, I'm going to remove all this extra stuff because he has 2 alternate modes. He's got 2 of them. So, come on, tail. Come on. Oh my gosh, it is stuck in there. Come on out. Come on. Come on. Whew, there we go. All right. So let's get this guy into his initial alternate mode. And it's a pretty easy transformation. You can kind of see some of the shapes and everything going on. It's not that complicated. So his arms are going to collapse, and we're going to flip the hands in. And that is essentially the arms. Push in the arms. Go ahead and flip the head into the body. Goodbye, head sculpt. It was nice knowing you. Oh, there's a hair. After that, let's take the backpack. Kind of get all of this adjusted downward and out of the way. Pretty simple. And then the legs. The legs definitely have the most going on. So we are going to, you saw them detach a bit earlier. They're going to hinge up and sideways like this. And then after that, we're going to take the feet, and the feet are going to unclip and collapse inside as well. And there's a place those tab in. So it's kind of nice the feet are used to fill out the back, where otherwise it would just be hollow. Tab the feet together, and then finish raising this up, and then this will tab into the backpack, just like that. There we go. And yeah, that's essentially it. Here is our first alternate mode. Wait. Super easy to forget this. Got to flip out like the little cockpit thing. There we go. So here's our very tanky looking alt mode, and I'm not gonna lie, I love this. It looks like it's gonna go like 200 miles per hour. It looks like a super fast tank, and it actually rolls really nicely too. So yeah, I think this alternate mode is very, very cool. Also kind of gives me some like Beast Hunter Shockwave vibes. I enjoy the look of this. I enjoy this tank. Now, of course, we need to get this tank some weapons, and we have those drills. So we do have a few different places we can put these drills. The main place we can put them, we can have them like right here in the front. Do have to keep in mind it might kind of clash, but we can have the drills right there in the front. We can also have them right here on the side, and I think that's probably like the most intended place to have them. So you can have like side drills. Me personally, I really wish they could like fit like maybe like right here in the middle somehow, but I'm not really seeing any way that it can connect like right in there. I would like to see it right in there, but I don't think that's going to happen. But still, we've got a few places to put it. We can also have them back here if we just want them to be absolutely useless. But we can have them there. Looks like we can also plug them in here if we want. I don't know why you would. Yeah, there's definitely a few different spots. But I think we're going to stick with right here, especially for the secondary mode. So now it's time to turn this tank into a Mosasaurus. And it's honestly kind of cool how this is done, but also just a little pinch of laziness. All right, so we're going to take these flippers, the main like Mosasaurus flippers, and they're just going to tab in right here in the front of the tank. Yeah, you can kind of see where this is going. You can kind of see where it's going. And then we'll take the tail. We need to take these little flippers off, and these ones will go back here, just like that. And then you can see there's a couple clips at the back of the tank. Go ahead and make sure that this peg is flipped down, so we have this little clip right here. Flip in the handle, and then we just need to make sure this tabs in. Come on. Come on. There we go, it's on. Kind of precise to get it on. I would say make sure it's kind of flipped out all of the way. Plug it in and then kind of move it down. So there's the Mosasaurus tail. And the last thing we need is the head. And the head is just going to tab in to the front. And there we go. Here is our robotic Mosasaurus ready to go. Kind of love it. It is also still very clearly just a tank with Mosasaurus parts attached. But I do have to say, out of the two modes, I do think I prefer the Mosasaurus mode. I love this robotic Mosasaurus head, and it's cool looking. I can just imagine this thing like coming out of the water, and then it's still driving on the ground. And then people are like, how is that Mosasaurus driving? It's so goofy. And it's the kind of robotic goofiness that I just love out of the transforming robot world. I love stuff like this. And this toy, considering its flaws, is still a lot of fun. So guys, here we go. Here is our, what is it called? Quantum Heroes Dinoster. What's a Dinoster? Mosa Storm. All said and done. This is a fun figure. It's definitely very fun. Is it flawless? No, this is not at the level of Tobot, but it's also not at the price of Tobot. So I can kind of forgive it. My main feedback for this guy and for this company that makes this, please have less space in between the teeth of your ratchets. There is way too much wiggle room, and it is definitely a problem. But overall, I really recommend this guy. If it's something that seems like it's down your alley, if you can live with the wibbliness in between the ratchets like I can, this is a fun transforming robot to add to your collection. I have a lot of fun with it, and I probably think you would too. Alrighty guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.